Today I'll be showing you how to make this dish of short ribs, mashed potatoes, and green beans. You will need these following ingredients to do so: beef stock, milk, flour, black pepper, dried rosemary, white pepper, salt, vegetable oil, and you'll also need fresh green beans, potatoes, and short cut ribs, as well as cherry tomatoes, celery, onion, and green scallions. Now to start, you'll need 4 ounces of flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of dried rosemary, 6 pounds of short ribs, and 1 fluid ounce of vegetable oil. Now during the first part, you will be mixing your salt, black pepper, dried rosemary together with your salt, and then you will mix it very well. After you have finished mixing, you will then dredge your short ribs through the seasoned flour, making sure to coat it evenly on both sides. Next, you're going to heat up your vegetable oil. Now, before doing this, make sure that the pan you're using is oven safe and can withstand high temperatures. Now, after your oil has heated up, you should brown your short ribs on both sides to your desired color. Next, after you have finished browning your ribs, you should remove them from the pan and hold them in a warm place. At this point, you'll want to add your onions and celery to your pan and then saute them lightly, after which you will then add your ribs back to the pan, and then you'll add your stock, and then you'll slide it into the oven for about 2.5 hours to finish cooking. While your short ribs are in the oven, you're going to on your mashed potatoes. Now, as you can see, mine are already cut, washed, and peeled. Now, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of salt before the water starts boiling. Now, right here, I'm just making sure the potatoes are fork tender and not overcooked. After which, I will then strain them through a colander and make sure they are extremely dry before moving them over to the mixer. Now, you'll only whip your potatoes for 30 to 45 seconds, after which you will stop the mixer and scrape the bottom and the sides of the bowl. And then you'll turn it back on for another 15 seconds until the potatoes are free of lumps and as smooth as you can get it. Now, once you've reached desired consistency, you will need 1/4 of a teaspoon of white pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 8 fluid ounces of milk. At the 2.5-hour mark, take your ribs out of the oven. You'll then remove the ribs from the liquid and cover them. Once your liquid reaches a boil, add your roux and let it thicken to your desired consistency, and then let it simmer for 15 minutes. Next, you'll strain your sauce through a colander and adjust your seasoning to your taste. After you have strained your sauce, return it to the pan and then get back to a boil. Next, you'll add the ribs back into the sauce and then let it simmer for 5 minutes, and then you're done with your ribs. Now for those last 5 minutes while your ribs are simmering, you can go ahead and cook your green beans. I sauteed mine for about 5 minutes in salt, white pepper, and butter.